Hi, it's so good to see you again. Thanks for stopping by for another chat. If you've brought some friends with you, my name is Michelle and this is Life Changes. I'd love for you to subscribe so that you can join us every week. I'm trying to set up chats on Mondays and Thursdays, and I look forward to you joining us. So, how has your day been? Have you had a great day? My day's been going good. It's busy. I'm working on a grocery list again. You know, those are every week or every other week for us. We have to do groceries. And I'm looking out the window and there's a buzzard looking in at me. Leave me a comment below if you have buzzards that hang around your house. I'm not sure why, but they like to look in the window and visit. It wasn't exactly the subscribers that I was thinking about. But I'm working on a grocery list and hope you brought some paper. Maybe you can work on your grocery list as well. And today while I'm doing the grocery list, I'm actually going to start working on a pantry stock up. So for me, a pantry stock up is just basically a sheet of paper that I start and I keep in my grocery notebook, so that whenever I see things on sale, I can just grab them up, and it works really, really well. So it's just a notebook, loose leaf paper, and what I do is I keep it clipped just in the front of my notebook right here. It's actually clipped in right though, but that's where I will keep it. So when I'm grocery shopping, I can look at some of the things that we need to get and keep in our pantry. So my first thing of doing any kind of pantry stock up is just to look at my menus and write down what kind of non-perishable things do I need to keep, and what are we going to be eating for the next few months, what are we going to be eating over the holidays. Holidays are coming up too, so if you haven't started thinking about holiday planning or foods, I encourage you to go ahead and do that, because buying a little bit each week is a whole lot easier than buying it all at one time. So basically what we keep in our pantry is like a lot of noodles, a lot of canned foods, and I even actually try to group the canned foods together based on the recipes that we like to eat, and I'll show you that another day. But those are what I call meal kits. So everything is there for that. So basically, I'm just looking through. Like, oh, look, the buzzard brought a friend. There you go. So basically, I'm looking at, we like to have taco soup. We like to have chili. We like to have different kinds of soup, maybe grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup. So I need to make sure that I have tomato soup. I need to have the beans for the chilies. I need to have the beans for the taco soup. I'm also looking ahead into like the holiday season. Are we going to be having stuffing? Am I going to be making casseroles that use stuffing mix? Another great thing to think about is the little crispy onions, the little fried crispy onions that people usually put on their green bean casseroles. Those are great toppings for all kinds of casseroles, and they go on sale. So basically what I'm doing is I am looking to see, making a list, and when I see a sale, I can stock up on these things, and I'm not having to go, and spend $500 stocking up a pantry. That's not my goal. There are a few things that we'll extra put in there, like water bottles, just in case, we actually have winter here, which we haven't had snow in a little while. But it could happen, and I would love to see a little bit of snow. So I may stock up on water bottles. We might stock up on maybe some cookies if we're going to be doing some baking. So this is a process that takes a little bit of time and a little bit of thought. But I think through what are some of the favorite recipes that we would eat over the holidays or after the holidays that we can stock up on. Now, if you have a freezer, you can do the same thing. I don't have an extra freezer right now, so I'm not going to be doing frozen foods. All I'm worrying about right now is the non-perishables that can sit in on the cupboard in my little pantry. So I'm going to be looking at, for instance, I'm going to have a column for beans. So we're going to have pinto beans, kidney beans, because all of these are for like taco soups and chilies, navy beans, black beans, and sometimes we'll actually buy canned chili beans, pinto beans, kidney beans, white or navy beans, black beans, chili beans. I think that is the ones that I need. Now, those are just for kind of like the main ingredients for like a taco soup. So I also know I'm going to need to get some corn. We use a lot of rotel. And then I'm going to have another column that I will actually kind of keep together for like soups. So when we do, of course, grilled cheese sandwiches, you got to have tomato soup. So I'm going to put tomato soup down. And then we'll also have like cream of chicken or cream of mushroom. Those things that you can make like casserole dishes out of. And then we'll have some odds and ends, like maybe some rotel, some green chilies, or if you like it a little spicier, you might want to do, some other canned peppers. But we like green chili. You may want to think about stocking up on noodles, like maybe spaghetti or macaroni, or maybe a rotini, whatever kind of noodles that you like. Those can store up really, really well. Don't forget, like if you're going to plan it on pizza, make sure you get your pizza sauce, or your spaghetti, go ahead and get your spaghetti sauce. So I'm going to actually write that down in another little column. And I think I have spaghetti sauce in my pantry already. I found it when it was on sale. I went ahead and bought it, and I put it on in there. But we are all ready for that. So those are just some of the ideas that you can think about of what you might need. Now you can also, when I'm talking about pantry, I'm not talking about a prepper pantry. I'm talking about buying things that are on sale that I can put in my pantry and use over the next few months, the holidays. And so this list can change. It can be added to, I will, add to those as we go along. And that's okay. So you may want to put down crackers, or maybe you do a special Christmas cracker mix, or maybe you make Chex Mix. So you're going to be thinking about the cereals. So when the cereals go on sale, you're going to snag a few of those. Go ahead and grab those cereals up. Maybe you're thinking about, I'm going to be hosting, so I need paper towels. Sorry, the buzzards are actually looking in the window. Talk about your audience, YouTube. So maybe you're thinking about storage containers for maybe Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving, we used to buy the big styrofoam food containers where you could actually lift it and it had a lid. And so I would always keep some of those in our pantry so that when my mother joined us for Thanksgiving, she could actually make her a little plate and take it home, and she could have leftovers the next night. And so that was a great way to provide her another meal, and she had it. And so we try to have those things. So think about those things. Those are non-perishable. They're paper goods. They're not going to go bad unless for some reason, rain gets in your pantry, or I don't even want to say the mouse. And I'm not talking about Mickey Mouse here. But sometimes they'll get in there. So, keep an eye on your pantry so that they don't get in there and actually chew up or destroy anything like that. But what about tin foil? What about the tin pans? Do you use tin pans, disposable pans for the holidays? Or do you use your special, dishes that maybe were from somebody special in your family and you like to reuse those. Let me know how do you do your holidays, because sometimes I like the convenience of being able to throw it away, and sometimes I like that special meaning of taking that with me, because it's special. I mean, those are special meanings, and those people that gave you that dish almost feels like they're joining you a little bit. So think about those things. Think about, like I said, your waters. Those store really, really well. Some people actually buy ahead when they see sodas on sale or juices. If you have little ones and Juicy Juice goes on sale, you can add those, to your pantry as well. This needs to be what you are going to eat. If you don't like pinto beans, don't buy pinto beans. Excuse me. Make sure we always have our water, because we need our water. But another thing that you need to remember, besides just juices, think through. I mean, these are things that you are going to be eating. Right now, I don't want to soak beans overnight, so I'm using canned beans. Now, would dried beans be a better cost efficient? Yes. And maybe you like those better. Maybe that works better for your budget. And if that is, go ahead and get it. But like I said, if you don't like pinto beans, don't buy pinto beans, because they're going to sit there and they're not going to be used. Another idea is maybe canned chicken or another canned meat, tuna fish. Those are things that you can actually combine. Don't forget your boxed macaroni and cheese. I'm going to put that down, because those are a great way of, you can add all kinds of things to them. You got your vegetables. You can get mixed vegetables in a can. Those can be added to it as well. So you can get a box of mac and cheese, a can of chicken, and a can of mixed vegetables. Throw it together, and you can bake that. Or you can actually mix it together, heat it all together, and you've got like a little meal there. So think about some of those things. Now, remember, if you're planning on stocking up for bad weather, now so many people right now, there are hurricanes that are swimming around out there, and some people have already had to think about those kind of things. But if the power should go out, you're not going to be able to bake that special casserole that grandma had unless you have a generator. But are you going to want to use the oven when you're using your generator? So think about some of the things that you can store for those emergencies that are going to be fine. And those come into your meal kits, and we'll talk about those and how I work on those another day. I don't necessarily work on meal kits for bad weather. I work on them just for my own convenience, because I can look at it. I can look on my menu, and it says white chili right here, white chili. So I can actually go in to my pantry and just pull out the bag that has everything in it but the cheese. We put Monterey Jack cheese in our white chili. You also can think about your mixes. Do you like cornbread? Do you buy a cornbread mix that's going to go on there? Holidays are coming up too, so think about your baking supplies. Are you going to get flour? Are you going to get sugar? Do you get cake mixes? If you're getting flour or sugar, how do you store those? Think about how you want to store those so that they stay fresh for the next few months, because this is only September or October. Depending on when you get to join my chat, it might be a little bit closer. So think about those fun things. And those are some of the things that I write down. As I said, it's a work in progress. It's not cut and dry. It's not something that I can actually print out a list and hand you a list and say, buy this. Because this is not something that it fits everyone. Now, if you have little ones, maybe you want to stock up on baby wipes. Baby wipes are great too if you have to wipe your hands really quick. Or if the power goes out, you can use hand sanitizer. Those little kind of things, they'll fit in your pantry. Maybe your pantry is not that big. So what you're going to do is actually fine tune these things for your pantry. So your pantry is actually fine tuned maybe for the next month or the next week. One thing that I do is when I write these down on the pantry, if we're going to have chili, I buy 2. So if I need 1 can of pinto beans for the chili, I buy 2 cans. If I need a can of, maybe little packages of chili seasoning, I go ahead and buy 2. So one of them we use for that week and one of them goes into my pantry. And that is the easier way of stocking up my pantry without having to buy like a whole package of them. But if they're going on sale, you better believe it, I'm going to stock it up. Another thing that's easy and our family really likes is salsa. Now, they like to eat the salsa just with chips. That works really well. But another thing that they like to, we like to do with it is I can put it with some chicken in the crock pot and cook it down with some salsa and some cream of chicken, which I have down. And we cook those together, and then you can eat that over rice or tortilla chips or however you want to eat that. And it's just called salsa chicken. It's like an easy chicken dump meal that works great for our family. So I'm so glad that you joined me today and that you're enjoying visiting with me. Storm says hello. Storm, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You gonna be on that side? Come here. You wanna say hello? Come here. Come here. Oh, yes. Storm said don't forget your pets. If you see dog food or cat food on sale and you can store it reasonably, go ahead and put maybe some of their treats or their cat food. Or if you're buying canned dog food or cat food, that works really well. Kitty litter is going to store really well. So it might be a few of those things that you can find when they get on sale, and you just go ahead and buy an extra bag. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? Storm. He's just going to let you see the top of his head. Okay, I see how he's going to be today. Is that how you're going to be today? I guess that's how he's going to be today. He's not being very sociable today. You don't want to say hello? Oh, I know why he's upset. The buzzards, both of them are staring at the window. They were actually tapping on the glass, my son said last week. So that's why he's tattling on the buzzards. Which I guess if you're a little dog or a big dog, even like a husky, buzzards aren't exactly somebody you want to see coming. That's something to think about. So, think of your birds. We have a bird, not the buzzards, but our pet birds. We have birds. It's waving at us. Think about, you can actually store some of those. Now, if you're going to store bird food, bird seed, make sure you put it in something that's going to be sealed because you can get those little moths that come out of that. So, those kind of things you need to really think about when you're storing those is how you want to store them. And like I said, I'm not doing a prepper pantry. I'm just trying to save a few extra dollars. If I can save 50 cents here or there, or I can save, 10 cents a can, and I'm going to buy 10 cans, well, I just saved $1. So that can add up over time. So that's how I do mine. I hope this has given you some suggestions on how you can stock your pantry. Let me know if you have anything else that I should actually add to the pantry or how I could store those. We're always glad to have suggestions, and I hope you have a great day and come back. Remember, we have video chats on Mondays and Thursdays now, so please join us. I'm sure Storm will be here again, maybe not the buzzards, but yeah, the cat's looking at it too. She's not happy. Which could be why the other kitties are hiding. Yeah. So stay tuned. We'll let you know what happens with the buzzards, if we can suggest that they move on or not. Buzzards are protected, by the way, just in case you wanted to know that. So we're not going to hurt them. We just want to suggest that they go and look in somebody else's window. Have a great day and come back soon. We love you. Bye.